this is Debs, and this is your TGIF for Friday, the 19th of December, 2025. Lovely to be with you guys. We are nearly approaching the festive season. So looking forward to having some time off, and I'm sure you are too. Let's jump into this, and for this particular TGIF, I'm reversing the signs. So we're going to be starting off with the sign of Pisces. So, my gorgeous Pisces, are you ready? Should we see what's going on for you guys? Let's do it. Archangel Michael, thank you for joining us. This is the TGIF reading for my Pisces. Friday, the 19th of December, heading into the weekend and a brand new week. And it's looking a lot like Christmas, Pisces. All right, what do we have for my lovely Pisces? Thank you, Michael. Ooh, you're assessing something. Weighing up the pros and cons of doing something. And I think this is pretty major, guys. That's what I'm getting. We will see. The Nine of Cups. You're thinking about something, Pisces, that's going to make you very happy. I would love it if that worked out, right? Okay. The King of Cups. So you could be a masculine Pisces, or you could have an interest in a water sign king as a feminine. A fellow Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio may be showing an interest in you. Ace of Wands. A passionate new start, Pisces, is on offer, okay? You're sat in pre-Empress energy. Beautiful. Nine of Pentacles. And you're doing some soul searching. Now, you could be doing some soul searching about a Virgo. Or Pisces, what I'm getting here is you have the opportunity of moving into some kind of wish come true, passionate situation with someone. But you're doing some soul searching. Do I really want this? If it's just passion. If this person isn't offering commitment, do I even want to go there? So you're thinking about this. Justice. Libra energy. The Seven of Wands. Yeah. Pisces, you're dealing with someone who's very attracted to you, but they're a little bit evasive. They're a little bit nervous thinking about serious commitment. Now, I don't think this is someone who simply wants to be indulged. I don't, actually. But this is someone who's very nervous that you're going to assume that this is going to move forward into something really serious when this is a brand new connection. The King of Wands. Yeah. So Pisces, this is someone very, very attracted to you. The love is there. But with the energy of the Tower, you're not quite sure whether or not this is just going to crumble. After we've had a few passionate dates, is this guy going to ring me and say, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not going to work out for me, have a great life, see you later? You're not wanting to be in that situation. We have the Magician, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini, okay? Three of Wands. You're wondering, Pisces, could I actually manifest a dream come true? Are my ships going to come in? Or is this going to be a flash in the pan, see you when I see you type connection? Because this person's a little bit nervous that you're going to assume this is going to move forward into a serious relationship, as I've said. Three of Cups. You may be feeling, Pisces, you know what? It's the festive season. We could go out and have a few drinks. We could spend some time together. What's the harm in that? I think, guys, you're just going to decide not to go down the rabbit hole. You're not going down the rabbit hole, Pisces. Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, you're going to enjoy some flirting with this person. And I think you're simply going to go with it, with the energy of the Fool. You may have been in your head about this for quite a long time, guys. I think you're simply deciding, you know what? If it's just a few nights of passion, if we have some wonderful memories and then it doesn't work out, okay, I'll accept that. It could move into something more serious later on down the line. But Pisces, I think you're going to decide just to go with the flow. You're not going to overthink this. You're not going to analyze this to death because you're single. Why the hell shouldn't you do this? So guys, I'm not quite sure why you're so stressed. Is it because you know that deep down you're in love with this person? You know you're very attracted to this person. So if you go for it and it doesn't work out, you're going to be upset? I don't know. Okay, that's the issue. Pisces, 2 of Cups. The issue is you don't want your feelings to run away with you. You're nervous, guys. You're nervous that this is someone who may just want a sort of, I was going to say shallow, I don't mean shallow, a light connection. No guarantees, a light connection. Let's just have some fun. Let's see how things go. When Pisces, you may know you're already in love with them. You're worried that with the Knight of Wands, in the nicest sense, after they've had a little bit of fun with you, Pisces, they're simply going to move on to the next. And you're using your intuition, or you're trying to figure out whether or not that would be the case. Is this person potentially going to say, well, we've had fun, but I'm off now. Sorry about that. You're trying to figure out whether or not this would be wonderful, whether or not it could end in disaster. What you're telling yourself is, if I give this a chance, it could end up being a wish come true. If it crashes and burns, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty confident. I'm not going to sit there in floods of tears. I pick myself up and simply look to the future. Queen of Pentacles. What you're telling yourself is, male or female, what you're telling yourself is, I should just give this a shot. I should just give this a chance because it could actually lead to commitment later on down the line. And if it doesn't, well, I'll go back to my lovely life taking care of me. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You could be running a successful business. You could be very good at what you do. What you're saying to yourself is, I should give this a chance because it might work out. I'm just sat in fear, right? I'm just sat in fear that I'm going to get my heart broken. But guys, I think you're going to go for it, Ace of Swords, because you've told yourself the truth that this may not work, but I think you're going to go for it in any case because this person makes you happy. This person makes you happy, Pisces. Yeah. So guys, whatever situation you're in, I think you're going to push your fears aside. You're going to think, you know what? It's that time of year. People are going out. People are having drinks. People are having fun. Why the hell shouldn't I do the same? If it doesn't end up in us getting really serious, is it such a big deal? Is it such a big deal? I think, Pisces, you're going to enjoy the flirting. You're going to enjoy a few drinks out. And I think you're going to go for it. Okay? My beautiful Pisces. Okay, guys. Let's dip into Queen of the Moon Oracle. This is Stacey DeMarco. Couple of messages from the universe. Let's see what the universe has for my beautiful Pisces. Thank you, Michael. Creation. Pisces, I think the divine is asking you to create a brand new cycle. You may have been in too much. You may have been a bit antisocial. You may have been sat in fear and worry, or maybe it's just been all about work. They're telling you it's time to create a new cycle. Get out there. Have some fun, guys. Have some fun, Pisces, and just relax. Relax. So what if they don't end up your life partner at the end of the day? Is it a big deal, right? Is it a big deal? Abundance. Pisces, whatever situation you're in, you're financially stable. Right? So just enjoy the flirtation, enjoy the few dates, try not to overthink this, and at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, you can go back to your beautiful little life and think, well, you know what? It was fun for a period of time. I think that's what the divine is saying. Pisces, it's time for you to get out there and simply have some fun. Okay. All right, guys, I am leaving it there. Take care of you. And we're moving to the sign of Aquarius. So, my gorgeous Aquas, this is your TGIF. I hope you're well. Happy Friday. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my beautiful Aquarians? Friday, the 19th of December. What do we have for my lovely Aquarians, masculine or feminine? I want to take that for some reason. That nearly flipped over. Okay, guys. I'm seeing somebody put something in a drawer, slam the door shut and think, you know what, I'm not thinking about that anymore, not thinking about it anymore. You may have been a bit obsessed with something, a situation, a dynamic. You might have thought, oh, you know, I'm going to have to look at that document. You really don't want to, Aqua, not at this point of time. I don't think, yeah. Because maybe Aquarius is something you don't want to dwell on because it might be a really heavy situation, you know. Yeah, okay. 10 of Wands is coming off the table, guys. Here we go, okay? I did cut the deck, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, thank you, Michael. All right, Aquarius, we have the Fool. We have the Fool. You are thinking about a new journey. You're wanting to drop the burden, okay? Interesting. Two similar cards to Pisces. Page of Wands. You may be communicating with someone that you want to heal a situation. Okay, Aqua. Why do I feel this is not you with the Queen of Swords? Because this is you messaging someone passionately, wanting to heal a situation. This is you wanting this. So why would you be coming through as a Queen of Swords? I think, Aquarius, you are a masculine. I have to be honest. Sorry for my girls. You are a masculine. Wanting to approach a woman sat in the energy of the Queen of Swords, who may not be as receptive as you would have wanted her to be. Because, Aquarius, you may have taken your time, guys. This is you approaching a Queen of Swords who might have got simply fed up with waiting for you to commit to her, Aquarius, or waiting for you to reach out to her, to start dating her. She's not very excited because she's been waiting too long, you know. I mean, this is the equivalent of a woman sat outside a cafe waiting for her date, super excited, you know, she's there, she's touched up her lip gloss, she's sort of, you know, checked her hair in the mirror of the cafe, and she's waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and you turn up 2 hours late. And by that time, she's pissed off, she's cold, she's fed up, she's annoyed. And even if you're there, Aquarius, with a massive bouquet of flowers, she may be looking at the flowers thinking, well, you really think that that's going to be a good enough apology for keeping me waiting for 2 hours? Yeah, Aquarius, she may be a bit short with you. She may be, guys. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. With the energy of the Hierophant, you feel a very strong spiritual connection with her. She could be, if not an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, she could be a Taurian. Yeah, she's going to be a little bit defensive. King of Pentacles. Okay, Aquarius. Is she a bit defensive because she thinks you're still married? King of Pentacles? Right? She may ask that very straight question, Queen of Swords. Aquarius, I assume you are moving towards me because you've left your relationship, right? You're single now. Justice. Have you walked away from your marriage? Have you gone through divorce, Aquarius? Don't be surprised, Aqua, if she's pretty blunt in her questions. Yeah, she may feel that you're still hanging on to a Queen of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles. She's coming through as a little bit of a pissed off Queen of Swords, right? Eight of Pentacles, okay. She wants to know, Aquarius, whether or not you're ready to work on a commitment, or whether or not, I'm hearing she's wasting her time, or you're wasting her time. Okay. The Moon. She's sat in fear, Aquarius, or you could be hiding something. What are you hiding? The Strength card. Aquarius, what you're hiding is that you're holding back from continuing to work on a relationship that you're in. I think you still are in a relationship, but what you're not saying is it's not working out. What you're hiding is you're holding back from the Queen of Pentacles. I think you are still married. I think you're in a King and Queen of Pentacles energy in a legal contract. There may not be any love in the connection, Aquarius, and I think this is you deciding to take a leap of faith and a risk, to reach out to a Queen of Swords that you've been thinking about for a long time. She may feel, Aquarius, that because it has been maybe several months, or even for some of you a few years since you two connected, she may feel, well, the only reason you'd be doing that is if you were single. What you're not telling her, Aquarius, is you're still in a long-term relationship, but it's simply not working. Okay? All right, guys. Got to be honest. The Hermit, you've done some soul searching, or you could be in a relationship with a Virgo that's not working. I think, Aquarius, with the energy of the Queen of Cups, you've been doing some soul searching about a water sign queen who could be the Queen of Swords. You may know she's been hurt before. You may know she's going to be asking a few questions. Yeah. Page of Swords. She's going to be pretty blunt with you, Aqua. Is this a third-party situation, Aquarius? Because if it is, I'm really not interested. Wow. She's going to be very blunt. Yeah, because, Aquarius, I don't know. With the energy of the Devil, you may be obsessed with reuniting with her, but she may see this as totally toxic. You may bring her a gift. You may bring her a little gift. But what you're thinking about is the Ace of Wands. Five of Swords. You sabotaged this before with this Queen of Cups, Aquarius. You're coming back to say that you love her, you want to reunite with her, but you may get a little bit of a frosty response. Two of Swords is, what are you doing here, right? Oh, I'm assuming you're here because you've left your partner. Have you left your partner, right? She's going to be very, very blunt with you. Or are you just wanting to be indulged? Aquarius, if this was a sweet, docile, slightly naive, slightly innocent Queen of Cups you met in the past, whoa, no, she's turned into the Queen of Swords. Yep, you better have your armor on, Aquarius, because she's going to be asking you some pretty blunt questions. And if you are still in a relationship, but you just thought you'd reach out because it's festive season, let's have a few drinks with this woman that I can't get off my mind, you may find, Aquarius, that she's not going to be terribly excited to see you, okay? Putting it out there, Aquarius. Now, it may well be a situation where you know your relationship's over emotionally. And if that is the case, Aquarius, and this is you touching base with somebody you fell in love with before, be honest about that. Be honest about that. You know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm still married. I've got to be honest, but I can't forget you. My relationship is on the rocks. I don't know if it's going to last. And if it doesn't last, I would then want to be with you. I mean, Aquarius, it may well be the divine is saying, just get it all out there. Because if you keep anything hidden, if you lie to this woman, it's just going to make it worse. And if your relationship does go under and you really want to be with the Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, if you would have lied to her maybe again, you really would have messed things up for good. Honesty is the best policy, Aquarius. Okay, guys? All right. So let's dip into Queen of the Moon Oracle, Stacey DeMarco. Here we go, people. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aquarians from this particular deck, from the universe. What do we have for Aquarius, please? Thank you, Michael. Nourishment. Interesting. Aquarius, you may feel that this woman will give you what you don't have. We got a lot of water here. This is you wishing on a star. This is you looking up at the moon. And we have an egg, which is a brand new beginning. Aquarius, I think you feel that because you're also spiritually guided, there's a strong connection with this woman. Number 7 is a spiritual number. You feel that this woman will bring a lot of happiness, forward movement, love, care into your life, which I think you've been missing because you've been in a relationship with someone which might have been based on financial stability. So you're drawn to this woman, you're wanting nourishment, Aquarius, right? Yeah, but extremes. If you are thinking to yourself, we're just going to have a few steamy nights, it's going to be wonderful, I'm going to get what I've been missing for so long, you may realize, Aquarius, that if she understands that, she's going to put out really strong boundaries. This is not a woman who wants to be messed around, because very clearly, Aquarius, you are in a relationship with somebody else, in a legal contract, a marriage, I think, with somebody else. And you may be very surprised, Aquarius, at this woman's response. She may not be happy to hear from you. She may be firing questions at you. She may shut the door, okay? All right, guys. So, Aqua, I'm leaving it there. Take care of you. Have a lovely weekend. And so now we're heading to the sign of Capricorn. Hello, my gorgeous Capricorns. How goes it, guys? I hope that you've had a really good week. Let's see what's going on. Shall we see what's going on? Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Capricorns? Friday, the 19th of December, heading into the weekend and into a new week. What do we have for Cappy? Thank you, Michael. I'm hearing somebody very thoughtfully say to themselves, I don't think I'd actually want to do that. I prefer to do this. Okay, Cappy, you may be making some kind of plan. You may be making some kind of plan here. Yeah. Okay. Knight of Cups. That's a good start. Oh my goodness, 9 of Swords. Oh, Capricorn, are you nervous in expressing feelings for someone? Are you trying to work out how to do it? The High Priestess. This is someone that you're not talking to, or this is someone that you feel a strong bond with. Could be a Pisces, could be a Cancerian. The World. You may feel that this is already done, or this is someone who may simply live a long way away from you with the World. But with the Sun, they make you incredibly happy. Oh, Capricorn, I mean, this is you really wanting to communicate with someone, but you're very nervous, guys. Oh my goodness. You're very nervous, my Cappy. Okay. Knight of Swords. Are you nervous about their reaction? I don't know why. Okay. Capricorn, you want to move to calmer waters. So I have to be honest, guys. Is this someone who was angry with you about something before? And you might be thinking, well, water's flown under the bridge. It's been a while. I hope they're not angry with me anymore. Could be wanting to go and see someone. Okay. This person could specifically be, if not a Leo, a Pisces. Capricorn, you left this person sort of hanging. You left this person sort of sacrificing. I don't think you've communicated with them for quite a long time. You're trying to manifest this person back into your life, but you're very nervous about their reaction. The Lovers, Gemini. Let's carry on, guys. Okay. All right. The Strength card. Two of Swords. Okay, Capricorn, everything in your life has changed. That's why you want to go back to this woman. Yeah. Ace of Cups. You're now sitting in self-love. And you've let a situation go. Okay. You have walked away from an offer of love from a woman who you are holding back from because you've realized that you were her lover and that was it. So Capricorn, you basically left a high priestess to sacrifice because you ran after a woman that you thought was very attractive, very sexy, but what you realized was she wasn't single. She was in a relationship with someone else, or she was a married woman and just wanted a little bit of fun. When you figured out the truth, Capricorn, you very quickly detached, and you kept thinking about going back to a high priestess that you met in the past. But you're very stressed about this, Capricorn, because I think you cut communication. You left this woman in confusion because you ran after a woman that you found sexier, more attractive, only to realize, Cappy, that you were sort of her cabana boy, right? Underneath the deck, my caps. Oh, we got the King of Pentacles. I may be connecting with a masculine. Yeah. So, Cappy, you're a masculine Capricorn. What you're thinking about is, I had a choice between developing a relationship with a Queen of Cups or moving into a connection with a woman I found very sexy. The problem was, Capricorn, this woman was married. This other woman was married. She ended up leaving you out in the cold. She might have just been having a difficult relationship with her husband. You felt burdened about this, 10 of Wands. Because she was in a legal contract. Justice. Wow. She could have been a Taurian. She could have been a Libra. But you ended up walking away, Capricorn, because she was married to an emperor. Yes. Emperor, Empress. Oh, Cappy. You've been doing a lot of thinking about what you wanted to do for the future. And I think what you want to do is work with the Eight of Pentacles on a relationship with a Queen of Cups. The problem is you may feel that you hurt her, you breadcrumbed her, you deceived her, you left her out in the cold, and she's not going to want to speak to you again. So it's up to you what you do, Cappy. I think you're sat in fear. You're thinking, well, I could sort of, drop by and insinuate I had feelings for her, but you're sat in stress that she's just going to ignore you. She's not going to want to speak to you. This is also someone who lives at a distance, Capricorn. You're going to have to get on a plane to see this woman or on a train for a few hours. And what you're thinking about is, what if I get there and she's still furious with me? What if she's moved to calmer waters? Because I left her, basically sacrificing with no enlightenment whilst I was busy manifesting a lover situation that I'm now holding back from because I realized whoever the woman was married. I don't think, Capricorn, you realized the woman was married, that you were sort of dating. As soon as you found out, you left. She offered you love, but you said no. You sabotaged the lover situation with the Empress because she was with an emperor. But I don't know, Capricorn, whether or not this Queen of Cups is going to take you back. She may not. So, guys, you're feeling a bit nervous. You're feeling a bit worried. Yeah. Judgment. You're under judgment by the divine because you walked away from a pre-empress to pursue a lover situation with a woman who was married. Seven of Wands. Yeah. Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands. She's going to be a bit defensive, Capricorn, because as far as she was concerned, you chose another woman. And this is a very attractive woman. Cappy, what did you do? What did you do, guys? You chose to have a fling with a married woman rather than put effort in with a woman sat in pre-Empress energy with a beautiful, warm, open heart that was very, very attractive. What did you do, Caps? Anyway, guys. So you may go and see her, but she may not be open to dating you, or you may just need to take it really, really slowly. Be very respectful, Capricorn, and give her time to build confidence that you do really want to be with her and no one else. Okay. All right, guys. So here we go. This is Stacey DeMarco, Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. What do we have from this deck, from the universe for Capricorn in the situation? Thank you, Michael. Discernment. Okay. Yeah. Capricorn, we have a number 10. Get your head out of the clouds. Okay. Feel centered and get yourself grounded. You need to be discerning about this. You need to think very carefully about how you approach this woman. And she is going to be very discerning about you. Okay. Discernment. Interesting. Purity. Okay. So, Capricorn, this is a woman who is sitting in the light. This is a woman who is very hot on morals. She will not accept lying, cheating. If you mess her around, that's it. You're going to have to sit in a very pure energy for her to accept you back. You're going to have to be a good boy, Capricorn, okay? No sort of thinking, oh, well, let's just see if this married woman's going to divorce or run back to her for a few months. No. If you want to be with a pre-empress who is very warm, loving and giving, that you find very attractive, you're going to need to put your single days in the past and really put the effort in. If you are ready to do that, this could work out, okay? All right, my caps, I'm leaving it there. Have a lovely weekend, and let's now move to the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, my gorgeous Saggies, how goes it, guys? I hope you're well. Let's see what the cards have to say. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Sagittarians, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Friday, the 19th of December, 2025. What do we have for Saggy, please? Thank you, Michael. Okay, Sag, you may need to make a choice. You may have some options in front of you. You're going to have to make a choice. You don't want to get it wrong. You don't want to get it wrong. Okay. Knight of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. Sag, I think this is you going for a situation that's going to bring you a lot of stability. This could be a job at a distance. Sag, yeah, Eight of Pentacles. You're wanting to go from the Eight of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. You're happy to travel, Sag. But you don't know if this is the right one for you. We have the energy of Virgo. You're doing some soul searching here. Yeah, and you're doing a lot of thinking about this. You could go for a really well-paid job, Sag. The problem is, it looks to me as if you're going to have to move for this opportunity. And for you, you may be thinking, oh my God, you know, I've got to pack up the house. I've got to get really organized. I've got to sort out alternative accommodation. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Page of Cups. You may also have a child. You may also have a child, and you may be worried about leaving that child. The Star. But Sag, this is your dream come true. You could be a single parent, guys. Yeah, I mean, you have an opportunity of a wish come true, maybe to head up a company or to work with an emperor, could be head of a company, CEO. Sag, this is an amazing opportunity for you, but it's almost too much for you to consider manifesting. You'd have to move. If you're a single parent, what would your child do? You'd have to leave your kid out in the cold. I mean, your child may be older, but still. You may have to move your child to a different school if that's necessary, if that's relevant, rather. This is a dream opportunity for you, Sag, but you're very nervous. You're very, very nervous here, guys. Yeah, because you'd have to walk away from your current situation. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. What you're thinking about, Sag, is I could make a lot of money doing this. It could shore me up for life. But I'd have to make a really big change to embrace this. And it's a bit scary. It's a bit scary, guys. Yeah, you're thinking about a legal contract that could make you a lot of money. Yeah, this would be an equal give and take situation. They would pay you well. They would pay you well. And you could have a passionate new start. Oh, Sag. I mean, this would be wonderful for you, but you have to weigh up the pros and cons. You have to weigh up whether or not it's worth the effort, the expense, maybe a big move. Is it worth the upheaval to go for this, right? Underneath the deck, my Saggies, judgment. Okay, this is divinely guided, Sag. I feel this opportunity is brought to you by Source. King of Swords. You may have heard about this from a job agent, and you've been gleaning a lot more information about this. You've also been looking at your savings, Sag. Should I do this? Should I relocate? Should I make that move? You might have been looking at past mistakes relating to your finances, and you may be thinking, Sag, this would shore me up for life, right? I could move to calmer waters, but it may mean even a move to another country, which would be expensive in itself. But look at you, you're dreaming of that incredible job. This could be you heading up a team of people. You'll be in a wish come true situation. Beautiful. But yeah, you're nervous, guys. 9 of Wands. You may feel it might be too much. Could I handle this? Could I handle the responsibility? So I think, Sag, you're simply going to hold back. You're going to hold back from jumping on this. You're going to see, Sag, whether or not there are any other opportunities, maybe closer to home. And whilst you think about this, Sag, you're going to be very careful about your finances. 4 of Pentacles. You're hanging on to your money. Okay? Guys, it's your decision. It's your choice. This could be wonderful. But of course, in any new situation, there is a degree of risk. So here we go. This is Queen of the Moon, Stacey DeMarco. Archangel Michael, what does the universe have to say to my lovely Sagittarians, please? Faith. Keep the faith, Sag. 3 and a 1 is about changes and new beginnings. 3 and a 1 is also 4, which is, of course, about your stability. Keep the faith that the divine, the universe, is guiding you in the right direction. There are also maybe infinite possibilities, Sag, that you haven't yet seen. So if you feel a bit nervous, if you think, oh my goodness, you know, it's a massive move, I don't know if I'm ready for this, hold back. Hold back. Yeah. What else do we have for my lovely Sagittarians? Thank you, Michael. Great opportunity, Sag, but, you know, if it's really well paid, it's going to come with a lot of responsibility as well. You've got to think about that. New beginnings. I think you're ready to step through into another situation. You made a decision with a number 2. You are ready for a new beginning. The thing is this the right opportunity for you? Do your homework, do your research, figure out how much it's going to cost to actually get over there. Even if this is a long way away, Sag, it might be worth staying in the area and having several interviews, looking at the area around you, looking at the lifestyle. Would you fit in? Would you feel this would fit you, your personality, before making a decision? You may decide to pull back and think, no, it's a bit scary. I'm going to get a local job, but it may not be paid as much. It's up to you guys. So, my gorgeous Sagittarians, I'm going to leave it there. Take care of you. And we're now moving to the sign of Scorpio. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpios, how are you guys? Let's see what's going on Friday, the 19th of December, 2025. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Scorpios, please, over this period of time? What do we have for my Scorpios? Thank you, Michael. You're finding out information, Scorpio. I think you're finding out information. Okay. Five of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Okay. The Sun. Leo energy. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, Scorps. The Ace of Pentacles, right. Scorpio, I think you are in a connection with a King of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I think, to be honest with you, this guy has a lot of financial obligations. He could actually still be married. You feel a bit left out in the cold from this guy. You're going to become enlightened that he may be planning on staying in his marriage. With the Ace of Pentacles, the most he could offer you is a living together situation. I don't think this guy is planning on divorce. The Strength card. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. He may be holding back from you, Scorpio. You're coming through in pre-Empress energy. He's also holding back from becoming single to offer you a commitment. There might be an issue here relating to someone sacrificing in the family if he moves forward with you. You may be becoming aware of that. He could be having major financial issues here, Scorpio. Virgo energy. You could be dealing with a Virgo. He's doing a lot of soul searching about whether or not he has the courage to leave a family dynamic in a lot of financial problems to make it work with you. He's going to lose a lot of money in a divorce. He may have responsibilities for not only his wife, but children as well. Yeah. I've got to be honest, Scorpio, Three of Swords. You may realize that he just cannot let go of a family dynamic to offer you commitment. Yeah, because what you're realizing is he's in a really difficult situation. A lot of arguments within the family. It could be about money, altercations. Somebody may also have become enlightened about you. Yeah, he's trying to sort out the money, Scorpio. This might take quite a while. This might take a while. The Fool energy. Okay, because he might have done something foolish relating to the family stability or a property. And it's now landed him in a difficult situation, Scorps, where he's going to have to hold back from a brand new start with you to sort out basically a bit of a mess. Okay. You may be heartbroken about this because you may be in love with him. Two of Cups. You may be in love with him. You're sort of there thinking, well, why did he leave me out in the cold? Why hasn't he been in touch? What's going on? Well, he's got financial issues here. The truth is going to come out with the Ace of Swords. The truth is he's hanging on to his money because he's very worried that once he gives money to family members here, he's going to have nothing left for a brand new start with you. Seven of Swords. He's also holding back from you, Scorpio, because somebody found out that he was seeing you. Somebody found out about a lover situation. I think you're the third party. Yeah, here you are. You're his lover. Yeah, you could be dealing with a Gemini, if not a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We've got Leo here, Pisces here, Virgo as well, Aries as well. Yeah. I think with the Knight of Pentacles, he does want to commit to you. He does want to be with you. But with the energy of the Queen of Wands, you're going to have to either sit and accept this is still going to be a third-party situation until he sorts out the money. Yeah. Okay. So, my Scorps, it's up to you. Do you want to wait or do you want to move on? Okay. Here we go, guys. This is Stacey DeMarco, Queen of the Moon Oracle. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Scorpios, please? Sovereignty. Yeah. 4 and 1 is 5. 5 is a challenge because of stability about moving into a new cycle. Now, sovereignty can also relate to doing the right thing, acting with integrity. I think Scorpio, he wants to do the right thing by his family. And what's upsetting him is he knows that you're there waiting, you know, for him to be with you. You might need to wait a little bit longer. I think he still wants to be with you, but something got messed up. Could have been family wealth, a property that he might have done something silly about. A lot of arguments and disagreements. And I think Scorpio, you know, that's why he's holding back. Yeah, be discerning. Or maybe he's trying to be discerning. Okay? Yeah. All right, my Scorps. So, guys, I am leaving it there. Have a lovely weekend. And we're now moving to the sign of Libra. Hello, my beautiful Libras. It is lovely to be with you guys. I hope you're well. Hope you got lovely things planned for the weekend. Let's see what's going on. Archangel Michael, tell us about Libra, please. Friday, the 19th of December, heading into the weekend and into a new week. What do we have for Libra? Thank you, Michael. Libra, I don't know why. I'm seeing somebody just wandering from room to room, as if they're looking at everything in each room. You're deep in thought, Libra. You're deep in thought, guys. Okay. The Two of Cups. You're thinking about love, but you're in your head with the Eight of Swords. You're in your head, Libra. There might have been an altercation with someone. And I know it sounds ridiculous. You may have had an argument with somebody who moved towards you to say, I'm in love with you. Okay. 10 of Cups. King of Pentacles. Okay. Because Libra, this is someone who is still in a relationship. He could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. I think, to be honest, Libra, this is someone who's moving towards you to say, I love you, but I'm not ready to move out of my marriage, not ready to end my marriage. You may feel he wants you to accept maybe a living together situation if he gets separated. But it's not ideal. It's not really what you wanted. 5 of Cups. He may have apologized to you. He may have said, I'm sorry. I know it's not really what you want, but I've got to think about children in the mix. I've got to think about financial stability. You're looking at past mistakes, Libra. What you're thinking about is you might have waited for this guy to divorce. You thought he might, and you're realizing he's not going to. You may have actually stayed in a difficult situation with this guy for quite a long time. You may have hoped that he would change his mind. Yeah, this has been an unequal give and take situation for quite a while. Could be with a Virgo for some of you. With the energy of the Hermit, you're doing some soul searching. You're really thinking about this because you're standing at crossroads, not quite sure what decision to make. Do you end it with the world, or do you move into a new cycle with him, maybe with you two living together, knowing that he's not actually going to divorce? Okay, 9 of Swords. 2 cards came through. 9 of Swords. You're feeling very stressed, yeah, because he's married. King and Queen of Pentacles. So, to be honest with you guys, you would be the Queen of Swords. You don't know what to do. You love this man. He loves you. But this is someone who's not ready to actually divorce. Underneath the deck, yeah. 4 of Pentacles. He's hanging on to his money, his marriage. I think Libra with a 5 of Wands. This is you, an internal conflict. Because with the 9 of Pentacles, Libra, you have a lot to offer. And this is what you're telling him. Do you really think that I would accept this? Whilst he's married. Okay, he could be married to a Taurian. Yeah. Okay, Page of Swords. All right, you're walking away. Page of Swords, 8 of Cups is, I'm out of here, because you simply feel that he's dangling a carrot. You simply feel, Libra, that he's trying to hang on to you whilst remaining in another situation. I think with the 9 of Wands, you're fed up with this. I think you've been waiting for him to end a long-term situation to be with you. What you're going to realize is he's going to offer you living together. He's offering you the 10 of Cups, but he's staying in the energy of the King of Pentacles and hanging on to his Queen of Pentacles. Could be to do with money, could be to do with kids, Page of Cups. But Libra, I think you feel you've waited long enough, and I think you're simply going to detach. Yeah. There may be heartbreak linked to this, Libra. I'm so sorry, guys. 3 of Swords. But I think you're going to make a judgment call, right? To walk away. Yeah. So, guys, oh my goodness. Libra, I'm so sorry if you're going through this. But let's move into the Oracle deck. Here we go. This is Stacey DeMarco, Queen of the Moon. What do we have for my beautiful Libras? Thank you, Michael. Resilience. Interesting. Yeah. I think what you're realizing is, Libra, this guy is resisting change. 2 and a 1 is 3. He's resisting change. He's too burdened. He's got too much on his mind, too much money he'd lose. And I think because of that, Libra, you are going to resist him. Yeah, I think you are. I think you're going to resist the situation. It's not good enough, to be honest. Yeah. There's a lot of attraction between the two of you, right? But what you're wanting is stability and progress. 2 4s are 8. You're wanting progress and to move into a beautiful commitment, but you're still sat there on your own. What you're realizing is he's very attracted to you, Libra, but this guy may have a lot of financial issues, children to think about in the mix. He is willing to separate to offer you the Ten of Cups, but he can't offer you the Ten of Pentacles. So guys, I think you are going to detach, to be honest. I think you've had enough waiting. I think you know you deserve better than this. Okay? So my beautiful Libras, I'm leaving it there. Take care of you. Have a lovely weekend. We're now moving to the sign of Virgo. Hello, my beautiful Virgos. How are you guys? Thank God it's Friday. You're probably out Christmas shopping. Let's see what's going on for my beautiful Virgos. Thank you, Michael. Friday, the 19th of December, 2025. What do we have for my beautiful Virgos? Thank you, Michael. What do we have for Virgo? All right, here we go. Hope you're ready. The Seven of Pentacles. Virgo, you may be looking at your savings, or you could be looking at some past mistakes you made, financially even. Ace of Wands, you're wanting a passionate new start. I think, Virgo, you're trying to figure out what you can do here. You want to reach a solution. You've been doing some soul searching about your financial situation and about making a change. You want to move into a brand new cycle. You're trying to take hold of some inspiration here. You want to make the right choice, the Lovers. You're standing at crossroads. Oh, Virgo. Okay. Temperance, Sagittarian energy. The angels are with you. This is Archangel Michael. Knight of Cups. You're tempering, telling someone you love them. You feel that would be a mistake. Aries energy. Because I don't think, Virgo, you're ready to leave a partner to be with your lover. You're sitting feeling a lot of guilt, remorse, regret. You might have had a one-night stand. You may also have had financial issues, and you're taking a really big step back. You're thinking about a choice to be with a lover, Gemini energy, but you're tempering, telling your lover how you feel. You want to be with them. You may feel it's too risky because I think, Virgo, you're going to pull back, feeling as if you shouldn't pursue this affair. Yeah, because what you're thinking about is, I know it's going to sabotage a family dynamic. With the energy of justice, you're thinking about a legal contract. You may be thinking of a Libra in the mix, or somebody who may be wanting justice for you sabotaging the relationship, Virgo. There may be a child in the mix with the energy of the Page of Cups. And I think with a Seven of Wands, you're dealing with somebody very defensive, Virgo. Now, this could be a partner who's found out. This could even be a child who's found out, who's older. I've got to be honest, I think this is a bit messy. I think you might have made some financial mistakes in the past. You then had a one-night stand, or you started an affair. You were planning on leaving your partner to be with a lover, but you may be realizing, Virgo, everything's kind of disintegrating, and you may well have to pull back and do some thinking. Yeah, you're coming through as the Emperor. You're coming through as the Emperor. I think there might have been some enlightenment from a Sagittarian that you had had an affair. You were waiting for your ships to come in. You wanted to be with somebody else. You were ready to leave their mother, right? And I think she was furious. I think with the Knight of Wands, she found out that you were planning on leaving their mother to be with your lover. There was a lot of heated conversation about this, Virgo, and she may have left. Or she may have realised that you were planning on leaving, and she might have told her mother, your wife, Mom, do you realise Dad's about to leave you for another woman? That sort of thing. I think, Virgo, you may have acted very quickly. You may have pulled your family around you, apologised, and stayed very quiet. I think with the energy of the Seven of Cups, you might have felt very confused as to whether or not you wanted to stay in your marriage, or whether or not, Virgo, you wanted to take legal action to get out of your marriage. But there's going to be a very difficult message of truth. It could be about children. We have 2 pages here. You may realise somebody found out the truth. Somebody's angry about their financial situation. And you're there, Virgo, looking at the money thinking, oh my God, I don't know what to do. If I work on this lover situation, basically the whole situation is going to disintegrate. I may be dealing with 2 very angry children or a very angry child who's just going to cut me off. Is it worth it just because I want to be with my lover? Virgo, you're doing a lot of thinking about this because the truth has come out, okay? Ace of Swords. The truth has come out. And you're in your head thinking, what do I do about this? I've got to be honest, Virgo, what I think you're going to do is move to calmer waters with your family. You want to get everyone in the boat. You want everything to calm down. And it may be that you give a difficult message of truth to your lover, who's going to be very disappointed, to say, I am sorry, but I just can't do this. I just can't do this. Wow, Virgo, okay. Here we go, guys. This is Stacey DeMarco. This is Queen of the Moon Oracle. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Virgos, please? Thank you. Release. All right. I think, Virgo, you're going to let your lover go. You may not have wanted to do that in an ideal world, but what you're realizing is this is going to cause a lot of hurt and pain and heartbreak for your family, and I don't think you can deal with the guilt of that. I don't think you can deal with the guilt of that. Realization, somebody realized, Virgo, what you were planning on doing. You were planning on moving into a new cycle, embracing change. I think when someone found out, everything shifted. You may have thought, all right, well, I'm going to quietly suggest to my partner that we separate, make it nice and calm. She's not going to know about the lover, but that's what you were planning on doing. What you're realizing here is somebody found out, and somebody was very angry about a financial mistake you made in the past, and everything blew up. Because of this realization, Virgo, you, I think, feel you have no choice but to release being with your lover. Release the opportunity of being with somebody that you met, that you fell for. So you're holding back from telling your lover that you love them, that you want to be with them, because what you're realizing is very soon you're going to have to say to this person, I'm sorry, but this is done. It's way too complicated. I'm going to lose a lot of money. Children are going to be upset here in the mix. I just can't do it. Yeah? So Virgo, that's what we have for you. I'm leaving it there. Have a good weekend. And we're now moving to the sign of Leo. Hello, my gorgeous Leos. Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Let's see what's going on for you, my Leos. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for Leo, please? Friday, the 19th of December, heading into the weekend and into a new week. What do we have for my Leos? Thank you, Michael. You're very strong at this time, guys. You're going to realize you're very, very strong. I don't know where that came from, why I said that way. You know what I mean. Okay, Six of Pentacles. Four of Swords. The Hierophant. Eight of Swords. Nine of Wands. Okay. Whew, Leo. You're in your head about a Taurian, or you're in your head about your marriage. This might have been an unequal give and take situation for quite a long time, and you may have felt fed up. You might have felt left out in the cold. You might be worried about money. There's heartbreak here, Leo. I think with the Three of Pentacles, you're trying to work on another situation. It might be a legal situation, or you may, Leo, be seeking advice about money from a lawyer. Knight of Swords. You want to close out a cycle, Leo. You want to move to calmer waters. Wow. And you want to shut the door on something. I want this sorted. I want to move to calmer waters. I want to close this out. Because you know the truth. The truth is a situation is done. A situation is over. And you want to walk away. Very clear. Wow, guys. Eight of Cups. Yeah. Leo, this is very clearly you trying to figure out whether or not you should divorce. You may be in a complicated situation. You may be managing two different scenarios. It could be a lover situation. It could be you and your partner. You may have a lawyer on the case to close out a cycle. I think, Leo, you just want to go. You just want to go. You know who you want to be with. You just want the situation over so you can completely detach and head off in another direction. Guys, wow. Judgment. You're having to make a really serious judgment call about a family dynamic. 10 of Cups. There could be a Queen of Cups in the mix, or you could be leaving a Queen of Cups or wanting to be with a Queen of Cups. I think, Leo, you're coming through as a King of Wands. Wow. You're hoping that your ships are going to come in. Leo, you're hoping to move into a beautiful new cycle. You feel it was fate that you met this person, but what you're worried about is, at the same time, you might be sabotaging your financial stability. You're going to be left with 4 Pentacles. This is you, Leo. Strength card. You're holding back from taking firm action to end your marriage because there's a lot of burden. There's a lot of burden about ending this relationship, Leo, because I think, apart from anything else, someone had become enlightened, maybe at a distance, that you might have been overindulgent and developed a connection with somebody else. And what you're thinking about is, I took a risk, I shouldn't have taken a risk, and I don't quite know what to do now. You're in your head. I think you want to manifest a brand new relationship, Leo, but maybe somebody found out, maybe you're looking at your finances thinking, God, you know, I'm not going to have any money left by the time I've given money to this person and sorted that out. So everything's on hold. But what you want to do is close out a cycle, move to calmer waters, detach from a situation, because the truth is you're so ready to walk away. Yeah? Okay? Leo. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my beautiful Leos in the situation? You're coming through as the King of Wands. Now, Leo, you could be a female Queen of Wands who found out that a King of Wands had been unfaithful, and you may be detaching from him, okay? Could be anyone, could be a partner of yours that's been unfaithful, could be a family member. Purity. Someone here is thinking about innocence, right? I should do the right thing. I should act with integrity. And we have gratitude. Now, I don't know whether or not, Leo, you're realizing that you're grateful that this is all blown up, because you want to move into a place of innocence. You want to end a third-party situation by being with the third party in a committed relationship. I don't know, Leo, whether or not a third party even got pregnant. I'm looking at a child's hand here. I don't know whether or not a third party even got pregnant, and you're thinking this child is innocent and I want to take care of this baby, this child. I've got to do the right thing by the third party by offering her commitment. You may be wanting to do that. You could have got someone pregnant, Leo, and it could be the third party. Whatever your situation, you are planning on leaving, but you're deciding not to do it yet. It could be the time of year. It could be that you're burdened because somebody found out and you're not sure how to manage this, you know? Okay, people, I am leaving it there. Have a lovely weekend. And we're now moving to the sign of Cancer. Hello, my lovely Cancerians. How goes it, guys? Hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here, my lovely Cancerians. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for Cancer, please? This is Friday, the 19th of December, heading into the weekend and into a new week. Thank you, Michael. What do we have for Cancer? Wow, I suddenly felt a wave of tiredness. Are you really tired? As it sort of hit you like a ton of bricks. You know what? I need a break over the festive season. I am so tired. I don't know, I suddenly felt a wave of tiredness and I was fine before I channeled your energy. Okay. 7 of Cups. Cancer, you're looking at options. Or you're very confused about someone that you believe wasn't honest with you. Whoever this person is, Cancer, wants to calm everything down with you, wants to be with you, wants to sort everything out. But you're sort of spying on this person because you don't trust them, Cancer. They're offering you love, but you don't know if you trust this. You don't know if you trust this, guys. Yeah, you may believe this King of Swords is a bit strategic. You may feel he wants to manifest you. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. I'm hearing Gemini in particular. Okay. 8 of Cups. He says he's going to walk away from a Taurian, or he says he's going to walk away from a marriage. Why do I feel, Cancer, you don't believe him? Why do I feel you don't believe him? He may have breadcrumbed you before. He may have told you he was going to do this before and he didn't. You may have been off and on with this guy for quite a long time. He may have told you he was going to divorce in the past and he didn't. Nothing happened. Well, he's coming back into your life, Cancer, wanting victory and success. But he left you out in the cold, Cancer. And I think you're nervous about giving him a second chance. Yeah. I think you're actually coming through as the Queen of Wands. He left you out in the cold before. He's coming back, Cancer, claiming he wants to be with you, claiming he's going to leave someone to make it work with you. But you don't trust him. Nope. Judgment under the deck. You may call Judgment Day on this guy. You may call Judgment Day. You may say to him, look, I'm really sorry, but I think you're hiding something. Yes, I mean, you know, we get on really well. I'm enlightened that you want to be with me. This is all wonderful. But if you think you're going to flirt your way back into my life while still being married, King of Pentacles, you got another thing coming. He may act as if, oh, but, you know, I love you, Cancer. I can't leave, but I really want to be with you. There is guilt, remorse, regret here, Cancer. I think what you're going to say to him is, guys, I am sorry, but this is too risky for me. I've been looking at past mistakes. I'm now concentrating on my finances. I'm also very busy right now. And even though you love me, says Cancer, this is an overindulgent situation and I deserve better. Wow. So Cancer, you are going to have this guy approach you, probably over the festive season. He's going to tell you he loves you. He's going to tell you he's finally ready to leave his partner to be with you, walking away from his marriage, right? I'm manifesting divorce. I'm manifesting taking legal action. But it's as if, Cancer, you've heard it all before. He might have told you in the past he was going to divorce. But what you're thinking about is, no, he's just sat in ego. He wants me to give him attention and affection and love and passion. I know he's going to leave me out in the cold because this is going to continue to be a third-party situation. So Cancer, I think you're saying, well, thank you, but no thank you. You know what? I'm fine by myself. I live a busy life. I'm pretty good. I know that I'm an attractive woman. I don't have to accept a married man in my life. I can find somebody single if I wanted to. So yeah, just know, Cancer, this guy's coming in. You may have a quiet chuckle. I don't think this is you sitting in heartbreak and stress and fear and worry, because it's as if you're rolling your eyes looking at this guy and saying to him, I can't believe you're trying this again. You may even find this amusing, Cancer. Okay? Yeah. So guys, let's move to the Oracle deck. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Cancerians? Friday the 19th of December. Yeah, you're just standing up for yourself, Cancer. You deserve better than this, you know? Gratitude, yeah. I think you're going to sit back and be grateful for everything you have in your life. You're sitting in the energy of gratitude. Beautiful. Wow, Cancer. Beautiful energy. Yeah. But what you're realizing is this guy just wants to be pleasured. This guy just wants you to pleasure him. This is all about chemistry and attraction and, you know, that spark. But Cancer, this is not what you want. You deserve far more than this. You deserve far more than this, okay? Yeah. So guys, I am leaving it there. Take care of you. And we're now moving to the sign of Gemini. Okay, my lovely gems. I hope you guys are well. Happy Friday. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Archangel Michael, what do we have for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Masculine or feminine? What do we have for Gemini? Thank you, Michael. All right, people. Okay, the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy, the Hierophant, Taurian energy. Holy moly, Gemini. Wow. Okay. King of Wands. Two of Swords. Seven of Cups. Okay, gems, you're really confused, guys. You're really confused. You may have met someone and been bowled over. Oh my God, this guy is so sexy. He's so attractive. Oh my God. The shocker is, Gem, you're going to realize he's married. He's in a really serious, stable, traditional relationship. This is the Hierophant, and it's a tower moment for you. Oh my God, you're married. Oh my God, you're married. I've got to be honest with you, Gemini. After the truth comes out, you're going to cut him off, and you're just going to sit in confusion. How did I not see it? How did I not know this guy was married? Four of Cups. Gem, I am so sorry. He may try to apologize, but you're really not interested. You may be devastated. You may have thought you met the one. Yeah, because the truth came out. Ace of Swords. The truth came out that this guy is married. Or the truth will come out, Gemini. Yeah, and he was sitting in deception. Seven of Swords. Yeah. He was trying to quietly develop a third-party situation with you, working on a situation with you, whilst all along, Gemini, he was married. You may be angry after it all sort of sinks in. You may say to him, when were you going to tell me? Were you ever going to tell me? He might be married to somebody in another country, Gemini, and you just never knew. You might have assumed this guy was single. He may not have worn a wedding ring. Yes, Justice. Yeah. Yeah, enlightened that he's in a legal contract with someone else. He may be married to a Leo, or he could be a Leo married to a Libra, and he hid it from you with the moon. He hid it from you, Gem. Yeah. He was planning on giving to two separate situations. Wow, guys, I am so sorry. Okay, underneath the deck, Judgment. God, this card has come out so much. Judgment. He's facing Judgment Day. He's coming through as the Emperor. He's facing Judgment Day for pulling you into a lover situation. That's your card, Gemini. He may apologize. He may try to bring you flowers. He may try to bring you a gift, but you're not playing. Queen of Swords is, you think just by buying me a bunch of flowers, that's going to make up for the fact that you lied? You're furious. You may say to him, well, okay, you're married. Do you have kids? I mean, this is all a real shock to you. And you're sort of there feeling burdened, Ten of Wands, unable to sort of believe this. What he's going to say to you is, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm really burdened. I can't leave for financial reasons, but I love you. I think this is you pulling back, doing some soul searching. Thinking, okay, he was in a really toxic marriage. He felt left out in the cold, but there's no excuse for lying. Lying, playing with somebody's emotions, breaking somebody's heart for self-gratification. Because he wanted to use you as a sort of plaster over a deep wound because he had a horrible marriage. That's just racking up karma. That's just sitting in shadow. Gemini, I've got to be honest, guys. I think you're going to pull right back. You're going to pull right back. What you're going to realize is he was desperately unhappy. He might have been married to somebody who lived in another country. They may have been separated for a while. I don't think he had the courage to tell you he was still married. You may have been dating him thinking, oh my God, I've got the catch of the century. This guy is lovely. He seems moral. He's got a great job. He's very attractive. He's really into me. Oh my Lord. And then realizing that, wow, he's not single. Yeah. He may tell you he feels left out in the cold in a toxic marriage. But what he was planning on hiding, Gemini, is that he planned on breadcrumbing you, keeping you interested, wanting to be with you while still staying in a long-term commitment. And I think you're going to basically say to him, I'm sorry, but I don't want to see you again. You're just shocked. You're just shocked. Because the truth came out, Seven of Swords. Yeah, Tower, Hierophant, he's married. Okay. So, Gemini, I don't want to leave it like this. Is he going to divorce? Let's just ask that question. Is he going to divorce? Is this guy going to divorce? Four of Pentacles. He may not be able to afford to divorce. This is him hanging on to money. He can't afford to divorce. Five of Pentacles. He can't actually afford to divorce, to give his wife half the assets. He may lose everything. And so with the energy of the Empress, he's staying with this woman, even though he feels left out in the cold from his wife. And he might have got into an unhealthy pattern, Gemini, of simply cheating on his wife. Well, I can't afford to divorce, so I'm going to stay legally married for financial stability, but I'm going to try and find someone who I can develop a loving, passionate relationship with. So this is somebody who might have got into a pattern of behaving as if he's single because he just couldn't bear to lose money in a divorce. Yeah, the Fool. Yeah, this is somebody who just heads off, acts as if he's single whilst he's got a wife sat at home. He could be an Aries. I don't know, guys. King of Wands, the Fool. Could be a Taurian. We got Libra energy here, Leo energy here, Cancerian energy, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be anyone, guys. But yeah, what you're realizing is he's done this before. He's pretended he was single before. And Gemini, you're breaking this off. Okay, guys? All right. Let's get some messages from the Oracle deck. Archangel Michael, what do we have from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck, Stacey DeMarco, for my lovely Geminis? The cards are full of energy. Discernment again. Be discerning, Gemini. If he tries to pull you back in, be discerning. You know, get your head out of the clouds. Because he may take action on you again, or he may tell you he's taking action this time, but I've got to be honest, Gem, I don't see it. I think this is a guy who feels left out in the cold, stuck in a toxic marriage, but he can't afford to get out of it. And so he just behaves as if he's single. Okay, guys. Oh, my gems, I'm sorry, people. But better off you know now than find out, you know, 2 or 3 more years down the line, maybe. Wow, okay, so this could have been going on for 2 or 3 years. You may have found out that he's married. You could even have been living together, I don't know. So, my gems, I'm leaving it there. Take care of you. Have a good weekend. And we're now moving to the sign of Taurus. Hello, my beautiful Taurians. How are you guys? This is your T.G.I.F. for Friday, the 19th of December, 2025. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Taurians? Thank you, Michael. What do we have for Taurus over this period of time? Thank you, Michael. These readings have been a bit challenging, people, but there we go. I mean, this life is all about learning lessons, so if you see it that way, that's why these energies come through. But okay, let's have a look. The Seven of Pentacles. All right, Taurus, you're looking at money. You may be looking at past mistakes. You might be looking at past mistakes relating to an Aquarian. Two of Swords. Page of Cups. Seven of Cups. Okay, Taurus. Oh my gosh. Taurus, you're looking at past mistakes. You're wanting to heal a connection with someone, but they don't want to know. You've apologized to them, but they're sat in confusion. I'm sorry, guys, that's what I'm reading here. You may read these energies differently. Okay. Eight of Swords. You're in your head. You're stuck in a mental prison about the Seven of Swords. And the Nine of Pentacles. And the Empress. Okay. Taurus, I'm really sorry. The Empress is you. The Empress is you. Taurus, Libra energy. Taurus, it may be that you were very attracted to someone. Somebody sat in the Nine of Pentacles, but you couldn't bear to tell them that you were married to somebody else. You might have pretended you were single when actually you were married. Five of Cups, guilt, remorse, regret, because you were hanging on to your money. You were hanging on to your money, Taurus. And I don't blame you guys. You're holding back now from moving forward into a new cycle because someone became enlightened, Taurus, that you weren't single, that you were actually just standing at crossroads. So, Taurus, you may need to detach from this person. You may have just fallen in love, but you just couldn't bear to tell them that you were married. I think you're married, Taurus. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. You're married to an emperor. I think the reason, Taurus, you had an affair was that your emperor was cheating on you. Aries energy, Gemini energy. So I think, Taurus, you headed towards a King of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio, who initially was a friend, but I think it developed into something more. I think with the energy of the Strength card, you've told this guy the truth. I think you've told this guy the truth. You had to be pretty blunt about it. I think what you're saying to this guy is, I am really sorry. I didn't have the guts to tell you the truth, but I was in a horrible marriage with a husband who was cheating on me, and I didn't know what to do. He could be a Scorpio. You may say to this guy, Taurus, I wanted to change my life. I wanted to change my life and be happy. With the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, he may say to you, Taurus, I'm willing to wait. He may actually say that. He could be a Virgo. I'm willing to wait, Taurus, if you feel you're really ready to leave your marriage. I would be ready to commit to you. Wow, what an incredible guy. He may talk to you about separating from your husband. We could live together, Taurus. Okay, I understand now why you weren't honest with me, but I love you. I'm willing to wait for you. If you left your husband, we could live together. I think, Taurus, he's in love with you. Okay? So, guys, let's see what the angels have to say. Here we go. So this is Stacey DeMarco. Okay, Queen of the Moon Oracle. What guidance do we have from the angels, from the universe, for my lovely Taurians? Thank you, Michael. Gratitude. I've got to be honest, Taurus. I think you're very grateful that this guy didn't freak out. He didn't turn his back on you. He thought about this and then came back to you and said, well, what are the options? Would you be ready and willing to separate from your partner? I don't think he wants to lose you, Taurus, but somehow the truth came out. The truth came out. Yeah. Surrender. I think what the universe is saying is, Taurus, surrender to this man. Leave your marriage. You're going to be okay financially. This man genuinely loves you. Surrender to this love, but you're also going to have to give up your marriage. Okay, so you got some thinking to do, Taurus, over maybe the next few weeks. But I'm leaving it there. Have a lovely weekend ahead. Take care of you. And we're now moving to the final sign of Aries. Hello, Aries. This is you. This is the final sign. I hope you guys are well. We are nearly approaching the end of another year. Unbelievable. Let's see what's going on, Aries. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for Aries, please? Oh, Knight of Cups in reverse. You may be holding back from telling someone that you love them. You may be keeping your feelings to yourself. What do we have for Aries, please? Thank you, Michael. You may also be feeling very emotional about how you feel about someone. You know, do I love them? Is it just attraction? Could be something like that. Okay, guys. Yeah. I mean, Knight of Cups in the upright is, I'm going to tell them I love them. I know I do. In the reverse, you're holding back, or you're simply not sure, Aries, how you really feel. So let's see what's going on, guys. Ace of Cups. You're thinking about new love, but you're also thinking about deception, okay? Knight of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Okay, Aries, this is you wanting love, but there's deception connected to an offer of love, potentially. With the Knight of Wands, you want passion, but you're going to hold back because it's too risky. It's too risky. There's some kind of deception linked to an offer of love that you would make to someone, so you're holding back from doing that. So Aries, basically you may be with somebody that you don't love anymore. You're thinking of heading out to have a fling, but what you're telling yourself is, no, I'm going to hold back because it wouldn't be the right thing to do. Okay, good for you, Aries. We have the Wheel of Destiny. Knight of Swords. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Okay, Aries, what you're doing is you're thinking that if you did this, if you move towards this person to say, hey, I love you, but I can't offer you commitment because I'm kind of still with somebody else, they're going to be angry. Do you just want to have a little bit of fun on the merry-go-round, moving into a cycle of an affair? I don't think so. You're worried about their reaction, Aries, because you would be developing a third-party situation. Three of Pentacles, yeah? So you're holding back. You're thinking, well, what's the point? Because I know I can't offer this person commitment. So I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm going to keep my feelings to myself. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Yeah. The Sun. You feel this person would be enlightened, Aries, that you're not single, and they would just be defensive, right? And so you're thinking, why bother? Nine of Wands. But you're still thinking about this person, Aries. Three of Wands. Underneath the deck, Judgment. The Divine is asking you to think carefully about this, right? Judging you for maybe keeping a relationship under wraps. You know that there would be drama, Aries, because this would be a one-night stand or a fling. And so you may decide to offer this person friendship whilst you make a decision as to whether or not you want to end the relationship you're in, because you're very attracted to this person, this third party, Aries. But you may decide to take action in the future with the Emperor. And you may say to this woman, I want to do the right thing, so I'm going to hold back from you, but we can be friends. Okay. All right, Stacey DeMarco. What do we have from this deck for my lovely Aries? Thank you, Michael. Blossoming. You feel, Aries, this could be a blossoming romance, but you want to take your time. And you're looking at yourself in the mirror, self-reflection. I want to do things the right way, okay? All right, guys, I'm nearly out of battery and I'm nearly out of voice, so I'm leaving it there. Take care of you. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, guys. Bye now.